learners. We're going to be working on a math lesson today. I do have a few quick updates that I want to give you. The first update is that we will not be going back into in-person school until at least May 4th. You could remember that date. It's Star Wars Day because May the 4th be with you. But unfortunately, that does mean that we're going to be out of school for at least one more month. Because of that, we can no longer stick to review lessons. We need to move forward in our learning. So the daily schedule that I had originally given you that said, 40 minutes of Zern, 30 minutes of Amplify, and the book report, those work for 2 weeks. But since we're going to be out of school for longer, we're going to be needing to do a little bit more. We're going to need to move forward in our learning. And so I am going to give you an updated daily schedule that's going to be given to you, to your families. There are going to be multiple ways for you to see that. We'll talk about that a little bit more during our community meeting on Friday. And that is a plug to have you come to our community meetings because they're great, and the more people that we get there, the better. I miss all of you. I know you miss each other. So please, please, please join our community meetings because you're also going to be getting important information there. All right? So, excuse me. Sorry about that. So, having said that, we are going to dive into our math, and we are going to dive into the last concept that we did together in class. This is going to be the last time I give a review lesson. From now on, I will be moving forward with new concepts that we haven't covered in person class yet, all right? So please be paying attention to your Google Classroom, check for updates, because you are going to be seeing lessons posted in there, all right? So let's start with this. So number 2, it says divide, then multiply to check. So let's do a few of these. So remember that this number here, whatever that number is, that's our whole. So I have 2 holes. So I'm going to draw my 2 holes. There's 1, there's 2. And then this number here, this is either the amount of groups I have or the amount in each group. So we're going to go with this is the amount in each group. So what number it is it? It's 1/4. That means each group, think about it this way, right? I have 2 cakes, and I am going to split each cake into fourths, right? Each group is going to be 1/4. So here I would do 1, 2, 3, and there's my 4th. And then again here, I would do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, and there's my 4th. Now the reason I did that is because I wanted to make groups of 1/4, right? And we can see that here. Here is 1. Sorry about that. This is very difficult to write on a computer, but I'm doing my best. We all are. Here is 1/4. Here is 1/4, right? And so on and so forth. And so then the question is, how many 1/4s do I have? Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when I have 2 holes and I divide it into groups of 1/4, how many groups do I get? I get 8 groups, right? All right, let's do B. Again, what does this number represent? I'm gonna pause my mouth for a minute, and I want you to think, what does this number represent? So it is the number of total groups we have. It's how many holes we have, right? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then what does this number represent? Is the number in each group. So each group should be 1/2. So again, that means that I'm going to take each one and I'm going to split it into half. And the question, oh, that was not half. The question is then, well, how many groups of 1/2 can I get if I started with 6? Right, 6 holes and I split it into 1/2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 6 divided by 1/2, or if I have 6 and I split it into halves, how many groups of a half do I get? I can end up with 12. This brings us back to what Danya had shared with us in class when she said that what she noticed is if you take the original number, the whole number, and you multiply it by the denominator, right? Sorry about this. Multiply by the denominator, you'll get your answer. So here 6 times 2 is 12, 2 times 4 is 8. So here if I had 5 times 4, it would be 20, right? And so on and so forth. All right, so let's go to number 3. It says a principal, Miss Jordan, ordered 8 sub sandwiches for a teacher's meeting. And I would be very happy about that. I love sandwiches. She cuts the subs into thirds and puts the mini subs onto a tray. How many mini subs are there? So let's think about this. All right, a principal ordered 8 sub sandwiches. All right, so how many whole sandwiches do I have? I have 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let me redo that, just honestly, 6, 7, and 8, all right? And then what does she do? She cuts each sub into thirds and makes these new mini subs, right? And the question is, how many mini subs does she have? How many mini subs are on this tray? So what do I need to cut it into? Thirds. So let me do that. 1, 2, and there's my third. 1, 2, and there's my third. 1, 2, there's my third. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. And then we can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So she ends up with 24 mini subs. And if we go back to what we talked about earlier with Danya's rule, if I have 8 and I'm cutting them into 1/3, then what I can think about is 8 times 3 is 24. All right, so I hope that was really helpful for you all. This would be in your Zern. This is Zern lesson 25. So please, please, please make sure that you are keeping up with your Zern. You are doing Zern every day. Shout out to those of you that are working on it. I appreciate it. It's important, and it's going to be how we continue to learn when we are not together physically, but we are still together as a community of learners. All right? So as always, let me know if you have any questions, post comments, whatever you need. I am here. I love you. I miss you, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.